What's good, Grind Schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. So today what we got going down is, man, we are going to put all hands on deck on this Monte Carlo and try to get it together before the weather turns on me. Realistically, right now, I'm just going to try to clean up the front end a little bit. I have to order some stuff for the car in order to get in order to complete it. But right now, I'm just gonna wire wheel it. Last time you guys saw me like basically power wash it, clean it up, get all that stuff, all the dirt and grime off of there. But now we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the wire wheel and clean it up as best we can. I'm gonna need to get some, I think I'm gonna start with some, I think it's like some rust preventer, and then rust encapsulator, and then the chassis black. I think that's how it goes. We're gonna go through that process all along the frame. Right now, I'm just gonna get the front part of the car, and then after that, I'll lift up the car in the air, put it on jack stands, ramps, all that kind of good stuff, and then we'll get up under there and pressure wash. I ordered another handle for my pressure washer because the existing handle, I think, is like messed up. It's not building pressure or something like that, so it's like it's doing some weird stuff, and it's not like a whole lot of pressure. And so now, you know what I mean, I need the pressure underneath there so I can get all whatever dirt and grime is up under there out of there. So we're gonna clean up the Monte Carlo, get the bottom underneath cleaned up. We're gonna try to get everything painted, coated, everything good, so that during the winter time I can go ahead and drop in the motor, transmission, everything that we need. Take my time, just like making everything clean. I'm gonna be real meticulous about this build. So we were at the Lincoln Tech car show a couple of days ago, and I really, there was a Chevelle there. There was a Chevelle there that I really liked. I think it was a 66. It was a 66 Chevelle, and the build quality of this car, guys, I mean, you guys can see it from my video. If you watch my previous video or whatever, the build quality of this car was so immaculate. It was crazy. And then there's also a Trans Am there. The Trans Am was really fly, but it wasn't as clean as the Chevelle to me. The Chevelle was like beautiful, you know what I mean? Now, we're not gonna get that, you know, technical, that deep, because, you know what I'm saying, like, my expertise only goes so far. This is not a shop. It's my shop, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like a custom car build type shop. The amount of detail, the interior, everything about this Chevelle was just like very clean. And I was like looking through it with a fine-tooth comb, and I couldn't find not a single thing that was wrong with it. All the wires were cleaned up, hidden, and everything. It wasn't LS or nothing. It was, I think it was a big block. I think it was a 502, but all the wires were hidden. The suspension was something that I've never seen before. Like, I couldn't really see, but it was something going on with the suspension or the control arms that was a little bit different than, you know what I'm saying, like the typical stuff that you see on one of these cars that, you know, like a Gbody or whatever. But the car was extremely clean. And, you know what I'm saying, pretty much that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep that mind frame in this entire build. I want every single nut and bolt touched. I want everything to be stainless steel. So all the the bolts that I pretty much saved, that we took off of the car, those will probably be gone. If I have to reuse them, cool. But realistically, I think I want to go with stainless steel bolts everywhere. I know it's going to be a little bit more pricey to do that, but I mean, it is what it is. The level that I want to take this car to, I want it to be just top tier, you know what I mean? So when you look at this car and I take it to car shows, my wife is driving it, all that kind of stuff, it's like, man, you don't see one little flaw on this car. Not to say that, sorry y'all, I had to answer that phone call. But anyways, like I was saying, I want this car to be so clean that when you look at it, it's like, man, wow, this is a very cleanly built car. So we're gonna get to work. The car is already pretty much broken down as far as I'm gonna break it down. The only thing I gotta take out now is just the gas tank, And then we could just get to work on rebuilding the car, doing the body work, the metal work, and all that kind of stuff, because we got metal work to do around the T-top, metal work to do around the wheel well in the back or the quarter. And then I still am up and down about what I'm gonna do with these doors. And then I'll flip the camera around. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in a second, but go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump into the video. All right, y'all. So you guys see the Monte Carlo is in a state of complete tear down, minus the doors. Like I said, I haven't taken the doors off just yet because I don't have a replacement for them yet. I don't know what I want to do with the doors yet. I think what I'll probably end up doing is I will sand these welds out or grind these welds out, see how messed up the door actually is. Now, if it has the existing material or whatever, then we'll be good to go. The existing cutout for the door, we'll just grind it up, shape it up, make it look nice. And hopefully that's the case. But judging by how much body filler is on there, I don't know. I think there's like this is like dented in pretty much. Yeah, it is. This is dented in pretty far. So I might have to just replace the doors and I'll sell these to somebody else. Now I could reverse course and put some door poppers back in here, but I don't think I want to do that, man. I like the, regular door handle. We also got to find this section of the quarter. I don't know, because I don't want to get the whole thing. I just want, this part, so we could cut that out, get this rust out, and we should be good to go. That's all stuff that will be done in due time, in the meantime, in between time. And then we have all of this up here. Now, they make these panels, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how bad this really is, clean it up, do some rust mort, some whatever, and go from there. But for now, what we got going is we are going to clean this up. We're going to clean this whole front section up. I don't know if I'm going to get into the firewall today or not, but definitely the frame right up in here. I might try to take these motor mounts out and just set them off to the side just for now. I'm not going to reuse these motor mounts. I'm going with the UMI motor mounts, and then I think both sides are going to be UMI. I got to double check and I got to see, but I'll probably go with UMI, and then we'll powder coat it the same color that this is. And that's pretty much how we gonna rock. It shouldn't take me too long to clean all of this up. I might disconnect the idler arm so that I can get behind there, because I want this to be really, really, really thorough, y'all. Like clean. Also too, shout out to my boy Warren Gbody for giving us the game on everything, man. Like, I didn't even know this even existed inside the frame coating, yo. Like, if you guys check out his video that he did for his I think it's an 86, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his blue Elko, he showed us the process of basically taking the frame out, cleaning it, washing it, doing everything that you got to do to it. And for me, I'm only thinking like, okay, cool, after everything's clean, washed up, whatever, you just coat it. Nah, they make a tool or a can that comes with like a little line that's probably like, I don't know, 2-3 feet, that you put inside the frame, and you spray it and you pull it out, and it like sprays like out like that, and it coats the inside of the frame. You know what I'm saying? Game changer. You know what I mean? Like, how many cars do you know that got the inside of the frame coated? Not that many, y'all. And this is a garage build. This is not no shop. This is not frame off. I was gonna do a frame off, but crunch for time and the facilities that I have, I'm not gonna do that. I don't think that this car requires a frame off, so that's why I opted to not do it. At first, I was gung-ho, like, yeah, we're gonna do frame off, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna paint the frame, coat it the same color as the car. I mean, the same color is the motor and all that kind of stuff. But, you know what I'm saying, I've since reversed course. Like I said, we're just going to undercoat it. We're going to clean up the frame as nice as we can possibly get it, undercoat the car, change all the body bushings, all that good stuff. clean up the firewall, smooth the firewall, and we should be good to go, man. So like I said, it's not gonna be like the level of a shop. Like if they take the car off the frame, we're gonna paint the underside of the car, do everything like that. It's not gonna be too much of that level, but this is definitely gonna be massively clean, trust me. So I'm gonna be real meticulous, I'm gonna be real thorough, I'm gonna be real, like I'm gonna take my time on every step of this, every phase of this. Like on the Elko, I didn't take my fenders off, I only took the doors off. So this part here is like, you know what I'm saying, light blue, like the stock color of the car. It's not like the blue on the outside of the car. But right here, we're gonna clean all of this up. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably even gonna get new door hinges. They make, I think Ring Brothers makes a set of door hinges. So I might go ahead and get the new ones. The hood hinges, you know what I'm saying? Like the Elko has the stock hood hinges. I think I'm gonna go with Ring Brothers hood hinges. And just so on and so forth, man. Like, I know it's gonna be a pretty ticket for this car, but at the end of the day, man, like I would feel a lot better knowing that my wife is driving pretty much a brand new car rather than, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, some stuff I slapped together. Now, when I ride in the Elko, I'm happy that, you know, I built a car, but realistically, it will not be to the level of this car, you know what I mean? And granted, it's the first car that I ever built, so, you know, I learned a lot. You know, I'm still learning, I'm continuously learning, but I know a little bit more going into this project than I did over there. So, yeah, man, next step after we do the firewall, undercoat, all that, we'll take off the doors, figure out what we're gonna do there. Shout out to Penny LS1 because, you know what I'm saying, he basically is, well, he's past this process now, but he took the doors off, gave the game about the seam sealer and all that kind of stuff, and you know, he cleaned all this up, made it look real nice. So we're gonna do the same thing, just in due time, y'all. So let me go ahead and get to work sanding on this frame, get it all cleaned up, and then once I get it all cleaned up, I can go ahead and start trying to put in an order for all the stuff that I need to paint it and make it look nice. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to do this in sections. I pretty much got the whole frame cleaned up. I gotta do a little bit back there on the inside. The drill kind of died. I gotta get up in there too. I'm probably gonna break out the sander and hit all of this off. I'm not gonna do the plate yet because, you know, that's freshly painted. And then, yeah, I'll clean all of this up and then we'll go ahead and just make it look, you know, like scuff it up, make it, you know, get it ready for paint. We gotta weld this plate in. We gotta weld that hole in, that hole in, that hole in, a couple of holes like down here. I also gotta get welded in. And then I might go ahead and get weld a plate in right there and then drill a hole so that I could feed all this stuff through. Just so it looks a little bit more clean, a little bit more presentable and stuff like that. I went through my chisel and got a little bit more dirt off. Now, since the drill died, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on trying to get these motor mounts out. And then after I get the motor mounts out, that will probably conclude everything because this is pretty much ready to go. At least the front end of it is. And then, like I said, I'll probably hit this off with the sander a little bit. I'm gonna take my time. I'm not gonna, you know, try to rush it or anything, but I'm gonna climb up in here, get that ready to go. And then after we're done with that, yeah, like this will be pretty much good. And then, you know what I'm saying, like next video or whenever, I'll probably lift the car up and then I'll start going up under there, trying to get underneath the frame and everything else. And then once everything is all like sanded down, cleaned up, good to go, we'll go ahead and put in an order for all the stuff that we need, and then we'll just start going to town and cleaning everything up, painting it, making it look nice and pretty, and then, you know, we're good to go. So like I said, I'm not gonna rush this. I'm gonna take my time because I want to be real meticulous about everything. Like little bolts like this, I want to replace. You're never gonna see that. It goes inside the fender, but you know, I want to replace everything on here so that it looks really nice and pretty. I'm also gonna probably weld in a bolt on that side of the frame so that I could attach my ground there, and just have everything all nice and prepared. I'll probably take this gearbox out of here and get rid of it. The reason being is because, you know what I'm saying, I just want everything fresh and new. So we're gonna go with the hooker heart. I think that's what it's called, hooker heart steering shaft. We'll get a Gbody steering box. Shout out to my neighbor, he the one that recommended I go with an Gbody one because the steering on the Gbody is a little bit tighter. Now I do recognize with the Elko, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit more sloppy, a little bit more loose. I want everything to be nice and tight, real responsive. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the nice fresh QA1 suspension on here, so I want it to be like this thing handles on rails. And yeah, man, so let me go ahead and try to figure out how to get these motor mounts out. I mean, I'm gonna have to probably get all the way down up in there and really try to work on getting them out. And then once I get these out, I'll wait till the drill charges up. I'll get the last little few pieces, and then I'll hit the rest off with the sander, and then I'll cut y'all back on and show y'all what progress we've made. And what I was thinking about earlier when I was talking was we got to hit it with the prep stuff so that it cleans everything off, and then, you know what I'm saying, the rust encapsulator, and then, you know what I'm saying, the chassis black and all that kind of stuff. So let me go ahead and try to work on getting these motor mounts out, and then after that, you know what I'm saying, we'll clean the firewall up. I'm not gonna do every single thing, but at least this midsection here, I want to get everything as clean as I possibly can get it right now for what time I have available. And then, you know what I mean, we'll just keep working, chomping at the bit. Every little bit helps. And then once we're done, man, I mean, we'll clean everything up. And what I'm gonna do is too, I'm gonna tape this off, tape my QA1s off, wrap them up. I might even unloosen it and then wrap it up and then put it back on. That way I can get coverage everywhere and wrap it all the way up so it's nice and pretty, or it stays nice and pretty when I go up under here, and I don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, accidentally like getting overspray or anything on there. Yeah, should I have done, you know what I'm saying, this first? Absolutely, but you know what I mean, I put the suspension on before we started breaking the car down and the motor was out and all that kind of stuff. So whatever, tomato, it is what it is, but you know, we getting it done. So let me go ahead and knock out these motor mounts, and then after that, hopefully the drill will be charged by then, and then we can continue getting all the rest of the little pieces that we got to get. And then yeah, man, just keep on going as far as I can go. All right, y'all, so we got everything cleaned up, got the motor mounts off. I was kind of grinding on the firewall a little bit. I'm probably gonna have to take out the brake booster and all that kind of stuff, obviously. I'm not necessarily there yet. I'll wait to take all this out. I'll probably go underneath the car, get all the underneath side done first before I start, you know what I'm saying, disconnecting all this stuff, taking all this stuff off. Yeah, just because, you know what I mean, like if I have to move the car or something like that, you know what I mean? And I kind of want to have the brakes just for now, you know what I mean? Because once I take this apart, I won't have any brakes. So not too big of a deal. Got the wheel chock over there. Parking brake is on, but you know, who knows if it works right or not. But a lot of this I'll probably have to do by hand. So I'll probably use a Scotch-Brite and some sandpaper and stuff like that to get it really smooth. And then we'll go back in and we'll fill the holes in. I kind of want to leave everything that I have here currently attached, just so I know which places that I want to close up and which places I still need to have. So I don't really want to touch any of that yet. Like I said, I'll go underneath the car, clean everything up, clean the frame up, clean the underside of the car up, wire wheel, and do everything else that we need to do. And then after that, we'll go from there. I think I'm going to actually conclude the video here for the front portion of the car, and then I'll make it a separate video for the underside of the car, because the underside of the car is going to be a lot more work. And then I gotta, like I said, I gotta lift up the car, do all that kind of good stuff. But for the most part, I think we did a pretty good job, man. Everything is nice and clean. And then, yeah, man, once we get all of this done, we can go ahead and start rebuilding the car. So it won't take me hopefully too long to do the underside of the car, undercoat it, clean everything up, and then we'll start building everything back. We'll get a new gearbox. We'll get this steering shaft and all that stuff. We'll get all that ordered up. We'll get new bolts. Like I said, I'm trying to go stainless steel with everything. We'll do the body mounts, but first things first is I want to undercoat. I want to paint the firewall. I think I'm gonna try to go ahead and paint the inside of the fenders and all that kind of stuff, get all that stuff done. And then after all of that is done and complete, we'll be good to like start the body work of the car and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, that will give me so much more time to get this in the car. I probably won't jump back on the motor until, like, obviously all this is cleaned up. So we're gonna do this first, make it real nice and pretty, and then we'll move forward. I'm liking how it's starting to come out right now. It looks really good, y'all. Like, I know that it looks dusty on camera and it looks dusty as far as, you know, what it is, but if you could see how much dirt and grime and, you know what I'm saying, stuff that came off of here, rust or whatever, surface rust, came off of here, and then you know what I'm saying, this is a lot better than what it was. Those motor mounts were a little bit of a challenge, but you know what I'm saying, we got them knocked out pretty quickly. And then, yeah, so like I said, I'll go ahead and take this off so we can get a thorough cleaning of, you know what I'm saying, the firewall, so we can smooth it out and make it real nice and pretty, you know what I'm saying? So I'll talk to Dash, see what he has in mind as far as like welding this plate in, welding those holes in, and we'll smooth everything out. And then I'll get a little bong or whatever to fill that hole, and make like this little rubber piece to fill that hole. And then we're gonna put a bulkhead directly in the middle of there, so that not these wires, but the wires for the Terminator X, the cooling and the oil temperature sender and all that will come through the firewall. When we lift up the car, we'll take the fuel tank out. We'll pull these hard line fuel lines out because we're going with steel braided fuel line. And then, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we could just start the rebuild process of everything. And then once we rebuild everything, we'll drop this in, transmission, and then Terminator X, and this thing will be good to go. My goal is to hopefully have the car back running, hopefully by the end of the year. Look at my Impala, man. That was kind of stupid. I should have pulled this car out. I just washed this car. And it took, I don't know, I washed it twice, and it's right back dirty again because you know what I'm saying, was sanding over here. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, my goal is to hopefully have this car running again by the end of the year. So that's my goal. Hopefully we make it. We'll see. And then, you know what I'm saying, like, by the end of the year, hopefully I can have it running. Hopefully I can be well into the body work, so that come spring, we could just spray it, paint it, get it all done, wrapped up, have all the underside of everything done. Come summer, she's ready to go. The wife can be up in here, you know what I'm saying, cruising in her car and stuff like that. Also, too, that reminds me, I'll probably definitely take this brake booster out fairly soon, because we're gonna probably upgrade the braking system as well anyway, because this little master cylinder thing is warped anyway. I forgot all about that. But yeah, man, lots of work to do, but we'll get it done. All right, y'all, like I said, got the Monte Carlo up on jack stands, on ramps, jack stands in the front. I got these back here. They're not like set underneath the car. The car's load is, excuse me, on the ramps. I don't have more ramps for the front, so it just is what it is. And yeah, so my first course of action is to try to get this gas tank out. And I'm kind of nervous about it because I don't know if the gas tank has a lot of fuel in it. I put 5 gallons in here for precautionary. It's pretty small gas tank though. I think this is a lot smaller than the Elco's because the Monte Carlos have that that tire, spare tire bump, and the Elco's goes all the way across, I believe. So this might be a smaller gas tank, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put the yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put the jack up here. Hopefully I don't run into any issues with them being too like rusted up in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull the gas tank out, disconnect this and all that. And then after I disconnect the gas tank or pull it out, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the underside of the car, and that will probably conclude this episode. Just because I'm not gonna be grinding and doing all that kind of stuff on the car right now. I just want to clean underneath it. I did pick up a new gun for the pressure washer, so we'll see how that does. I just want to make it nice and clean. I'm gonna spray the degreaser, the oven cleaner, and all that stuff up under there. Get it nice and fresh. And then what else we gotta do? That's pretty much it. And then I'm gonna clean the underside of the car, all the dirt and grime and stuff like that that we left there from, you know, getting everything together. So we got a little bit of work to do. I'm hoping I can get this gas tank out without too much of a fight. And then I probably will start ripping out the fuel lines. I might just cut them and pull them out from both sides instead of trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep them intact, because we're not going with these fuel lines. These right here, we're taking all this out. It's the steel fuel lines. We're gonna take all that stuff out and pull it all the way through. We'll go get some different fuel lines, and then we'll go from there. Dang, I really hope that I can get these body mounts out too, man, without too much of a fight. So we'll clean under there. We'll go ahead and hit it off with the PB Blaster. That's why this is here. Hit it off with the PB Blaster. If not, I do have an idea. Now, I did see there's a trick that you could do with a crayon. If I have too much of an issue with these body mounts, I might try to melt a crayon in there, and it should loosen it up if the PB Blaster doesn't work. Because what I don't want to have happen is I break any of these bolts in here. I broke a couple with the El Camino, and they still got to be replaced. But with the Monte Carlo, it's a little different because it has a cage nut on the top, and it's not accessible. It's only accessible in through the trunk, and I don't want to have to cut that open and do all that extra stuff in order to get it out. I'd just rather pull the bolt out, and you know what I'm saying, we'll be good to go. So like I said, I'm gonna try to get this gas tank out, and then we'll clean up the underside of the car, and that will conclude the mission, like I said, for today. So let me go ahead and get started, open up the garage, and yeah, start spraying away. Y'all, so we got the gas tank out. This sending unit is absolute garbage. Looked like this was about ready to go anyway. Got this out, you know what I'm saying, that's all good to go. We're gonna just You know what I'm saying? Sand it down. First of all, we're gonna siphon it. You know what I'm saying? Get all the gasoline out of there. Make sure it dries out. I'll probably like flip it over or something like that. I don't know if you could put water in the gas tank, so I ain't gonna do that, but I'll flip it over, let it dry out over some weeks or whatever like that. And then we're gonna paint the gas tank. So I'm gonna make it look all fly, all nice and pretty. Right now that I got the gas tank out, I'm about to go ahead and spray this degreaser up under there. I'm gonna go ahead and spray the degreaser up under there and get as much coverage as I possibly can. I don't really know how I'm gonna do it with the limited space that I have. I guess I'll figure it out. And then I got my pressure washer, and I'm gonna use some of this awesome stuff. The stuff that you use to wash the car and wash your asphalt and stuff like that. I'm gonna use some of this. I'm gonna put it in the tank, and we're gonna go ahead and pressure wash up under here. Get it as clean as possible. I did put some PB Blaster on number, I guess 6 and 7 it would be, body mounts. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying, get that stuff all taken care of. And then after that, man, it'll be nice and clean, and we'll get all this stuff up out of here as much as I possibly can. And then we can start, you know, sanding everything down, cleaning everything up, and yeah, back to the rebuild process. So everything that I need to tear down is already torn down, and now we are rebuilding at this point. I got everything out of there except for the fuel lines. I'll get those out of there once I get up under the car and start tearing stuff out. I'm probably not gonna do it today. I just want to get this thing cleaned real quick, and then yeah, so that, you know, like when I'm sanding down. How you doing? You could just put it in the back of this car.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Nice car.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I'm done, I'm gonna just sand everything down up under there. I'm gonna undercoat it and then get everything nice and pretty. And then after that, man, paint the chassis and we'll be all right. Thank you, man. After that, paint the chassis, and then we can start building everything back up, man. Put the motor in, transmission, and she's back on the road. Like I said, my goal for this is to have her running by the end of the year, man. Hopefully I make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but we're gonna try our best to make it. And we'll just see where we end up, man. Like I said, every bolt will be replaced. I'll probably replace these doors, the door hinges, all that stuff. Smooth the firewall. Once I'm done undercoating, I'll take this brake booster out. I don't want to do it right now just because I want to have the brakes just in case. And then after that, man, like I said, we'll build everything back up. This thing will definitely be ready for next summer. I don't know about rims and all that kind of stuff. I might have to do it just because of how close the control arm is to these. This is the big wheel kit, so the control arm is, you know, meant for big wheels, not, you know what I'm saying, 17s. But we'll see what happens when we cross that bridge. But anyways, man, let me go ahead and clean up the rest of everything, get everything nice and pretty, and then yeah, man, I'll call it good for today. All right, y'all probably can't tell what's really going on up under here, but it cleaned up really good. The car is really not that bad up under there. I think it was undercoated before, but we're gonna go ahead and clean it up and redo it. Still got a little bit of grease right up under here, but I'll just get like a little brush and scrub all that. And then obviously underneath, I gotta get underneath in the front. I didn't really get underneath like that, but that'll be the wire wheel process. My only gripe is I did spray this with the chassis black, and I was pressure washing it and it just peeled right off. So I don't know if it needs to go directly to metal or it has to go on the rust encapsulator or whatever in order to get, you know what I'm saying, all the way good. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I don't like that because, you know what I'm saying, like, it just peeled right up off of there. So we'll have to figure that out, probably read up on it or something. But other than that, man, it looks pretty good. Still gotta get clean up like over there, but I'll do that when I get to the point of painting the firewall, smoothing it out, doing everything that I gotta do. I gotta order my bulkhead for the middle part, and then I gotta order the drip tray so that this isn't just hanging down. And yeah, man, we good, but I think I can get this pretty. I think I could get this done pretty quickly. We're gonna see. That pressure washer did amazing. Like, I just replaced the handle. The handle that I currently have is completely garbage, so I'll probably throw it away. The hose attaching to the pressure washer is like kind of warped, so I had to, you know what I'm saying, like finesse it a little bit. So but it works now, it's all good. But yeah, man, we're gonna get the inside of the frame. We're gonna coat the inside of the frame so the inside is not rusty and the outside look all good. Everything's gonna be nice and pretty, man. I can't wait till we're done. And then we can go ahead, put the motor back in, put the fenders and everything else back on, put the nose and everything back on. And yeah, man, this thing will be back together. I'm probably going to, like I said, I'm going to use all new bolts for everything. Everything is gonna be brand new on this car, man. And like I said, I'm trying to get it completed by the end of the year. That's my goal, is to get this car running and driving by the end of the year. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but we damn sure gonna try. So it is what it is, man. Now we just get up under the car, sand it all down with the wire wheel and the sanding disc and whatever else I have. I'm gonna get it as good as I possibly can get it, and then, you know, go from there. Like I said, I was just trying to clean it up. I sprayed it with a degreaser, and then I used that awesome, and it foamed up real good. I hope that the wife got that on video, but it foamed up real nice up in here, man. And then I just rinsed everything down, so it looks real good. It's all that dust that was on there after I like scrubbed it, got all off of there. It's all nice and ready to go. Now we just gotta scrub the bottom of the frame on the insides, pull those fuel lines out, and then scrub the bottom of the car with my wire wheels and all that kind of stuff. For that, I'll take my cars out of the garage because I don't want anything getting all dusty over there. But yeah, probably the next couple of days we'll be doing that, and then we'll order up all the product that we need. Go ahead, spray the frame, coat the frame and all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, man, this will be done within the next week so that I can go ahead and get to spraying the fenders and everything else that I gotta spray before it gets cold. So I think I'm gonna make it. I don't see why I wouldn't make it. And if I need some extra help, I got the heater to heat it up a little bit. But I don't anticipate it getting that cold before I'm completely done with what I gotta do. I just gotta paint the inside of the fenders, the firewall, underneath the car, the frame, and we're good to go, man. I don't think I have to do anything else. Oh yeah, the gas tank too. And then after that, everything can go back into the car the way it needs to go. We'll go ahead and get that in there. I won't have any issues. We'll figure out this exhaust situation. And then, yeah, man, just go from there. But we're getting closer, man. This car hopefully will be back in action real soon. So stay tuned, y'all. All right, grind schoolers, that's gonna be it for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. I decided to continue the video a little bit further than I had originally anticipated. Now those are 2 different days. I cleaned up the front end, and then I went ahead and took out the gas tank. So the Monte Carlo is now at a point where there's nothing else that I can take off of the car except for the fuel lines and the brake lines. And those will get done at a later date. The fuel lines will probably get to pretty quickly. The brake lines, on the other hand, like I said, I'm gonna wait until like I'm almost ready to like get them replaced, I guess I should say. because I want to just be able to take all that stuff off, paint the firewall, put it back on, and then, you know, run the lines however they got to be ran. And I don't want to take the brake lines off and the fuel lines off and not know which goes where. Obviously, it shouldn't be too difficult, but I want to use the same mounting points for both that are originally there. And I know exactly, you know, how it's supposed to go. So pretty much what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean everything up, paint it, do everything else that we got to do, and then I'll probably mount my fuel pump and then start routing the fuel lines once I get the fuel lines. So that'll probably be the next thing that I order after I get all the stuff in for the chassis and undercoat. I'll probably order the fuel lines so that we can get the fuel lines ran, and then we'll probably, after that, order the brake lines to get the brake lines ran, and then we'll probably put the car back down after everything is all together, and then hopefully I can get the fenders all wrapped up before it gets cold so I can put those back on. My only dilemma is the door situation. I'm trying to do this in like sequence here. That piece in between, or where the body is between the door and the frame, the door and the fender, I want to get that piece painted. So, but in order to do it thoroughly, I have to take the doors off. But I don't have I might just wait. I might just paint the inside of the fenders and the inside of the fender liners and all that kind of stuff, and then just leave those off to the side for now, because if not, then I'm gonna have the doors will just be off, and then I'll have to be trying to replace the doors a little bit quicker than I would like to. So I think I'll just leave the fenders off, and then we can still put in the motor and the transmission and all that, and it'll actually make it easier to put the motor and transmission and all that good stuff in the car with all that stuff off, and I won't be worried about scratching nothing. So we'll probably do it like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it like that. I'll just paint the inside of the fenders, get those all nice and pretty, and I'll probably lay them on a dolly and do the body work like that. And then those will just stay off of the car until I can get the inside of the body painted and all that kind of stuff, fix the T-top part, and then we'll just do all the body work and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll do it like that. So the next time you see me, I'll be up under the car, grinding away, trying to get it all cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and paint it, and then hopefully we get to the paint, and then you guys will see the paint color of the car. I'm excited for it because I think it's gonna be real fly, y'all. This paint scheme that my wife chose, well, she chose the Tiffany blue part. So she chose the Tiffany blue part, and then the other part I chose, like, and you guys will see, I'm not gonna spoil it, but the other part I chose, and I thought that it would be real fly to like coordinate everything together. And then I'll go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, reveal that, because the firewall and the inside of the fenders will be the color of the car. So yeah, man. But anyways, I know y'all been on this video for a minute. If you've made it this far, I definitely appreciate y'all. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Always remember, work hard so you can live free.